So our first example is an example of lead generation. And this is our intake form for our typepad services. When I talked about that Cards by Gina site, she had done a blog power launch and probably used a form just like this one to contact our services team. And so this is an example of a sign-in form. So the customer fills this out. They click sign up. They get a success message. And then somebody from our staff follows up with them. If you do have a sales team, it's the same idea. You have a I'm interested type of form that then comes in and sends that lead to your sales staff or to whoever handles the what we call inbound leads and follows up with them. And the mechanism we're using here is called vertical response, which is verticalresponse.com. That is the system we use for all of our email communications, for our newsletters, for our lists, for all of our products. We use verticalresponse.com. And we have a widget for them in our widget gallery, so you can easily add this to your blog. This would be how I would also do the similar setup where that guy a few slides back had. You get your free water test to see if you need hard water or soft water. So this is all can be done with verticalresponse.com. There are several different email services like Vertical Response, but stuff to look for, and this will be in the notes, is be sure that they are compliant with what we call the CAN-SPAM legislation, CAN-SPAM legislation. This is the United States legislation for unsolicited email. So you'll want to be sure that whatever email provider you use is CAN-SPAM compliant, and just ask them. And if they don't know, run away, because they should know this. It's very important. They should also have double opt-in, where if I subscribe to your newsletter, I opt in on the page, but then I get a confirmation email as well. That helps to guard against any email abuse. So it's called double opt-in. Another thing to look for, and again, this will be in the notes, is autoresponder capability. So when I submit my form to you that I want to know more about your business, or I want a custom quote, or I want to talk to your sales team, an autoresponder will bounce back an email that says, thank you for your interest. We'll be contacting you shortly. In the meantime, here's a couple of things to look at. So you want to have that autoresponder capability. I know with the call you're on right now, we had the autoresponder that not only welcomed you to being registered for the call, but also sent the reminder, I think yesterday evening, I think is when the reminder went out for this particular call. You also want to be sure your email provider has export. So if you have to leave that provider, you can take your emails with you. And statistics. I'm a big metrics person. So with Vertical Response, we're able to see how many people open each email and what links they click in the email. So we're able to see, as we have our email campaigns, what is successful, what's being opened, and further, what people click on to know more about. So again, the more metrics, the better. If your head's sort of spinning around right now with confusion, it's okay. You step into these things gradually as they become important for your business. The next example is about building your customer database. And this is my own website, which is a movable type, which is our self-hosted product. And this is my blog at andywibbles.com, kind of my official businessy blog. And so I've got a very provocative statement. You know, if you don't have a blog, you're screwed. I got a big screw up there, because that's part of my brand, is being sort of edgy and nutty. But I'm running a call in October, and I want to start collecting addresses for people interested in this call. So this is a way for me to start building this database of qualified customers that I'll be marketing to over the next 6 to 8 weeks, so by the time the call happens, they know all about me and they're ready to buy the course that I'm offering. So again, this is at andywibbles.com. I'm using a system called OneShoppingCart.com, which is what I use personally for my newsletters and my e-commerce, because it's all together, and it's the number one, shoppingcart.com. It's a bit pricey, so if you are just stepping into e-commerce, you may want to go with a less expensive option first, because it's hard to justify that monthly cost, believe me. But again, this is the top page of my blog. So again, we've got that contact capture. So if people go to my blog and they see nothing else, I try to get their email address so I can market to them over time, or get them on my newsletter, or get them on my RSS feed, or in my LinkedIn, in my Facebook, in my Twitter. It's using all of these things so you can be where your customers are. And then underneath this form on the left side, I have my most recent post. So it's still a blog, but I'm using this as a way to capture those people that are interested in who I am and what I'm doing. Next, I want to show off some widgets that allow you to integrate your typepad blog with third-party services. And the reason this part's important is this points to the flexibility of typepad, that we really feel that we don't try to do every piece of the site, the hosting, the e-commerce, the newsletter. We don't try to do all that stuff. There are companies that do that much better than we do. And so here is FormSpring. Let me clear this. Try and clear that misspelling thing.
Don't worry, I'll put it in there.
I got it. So formspring.com, and this is a way for you to create contact forms, survey forms, polls, accept online donations, manage event registrations. It's really kind of anything you can do with a form, whether it's submit, buy, purchase, subscribe, register, yes, I'm interested, no, I'm not, I'll be there, I won't be there, RSVP, whatever it is. You can do it with FormSpring, and they give you very easy-to-add code that you then add to your blog. So again, that's at formspring.com. And did I cover all the FormSpring stuff? Because Claire's pretty familiar with FormSpring.
So one of the main benefits of FormSpring is that it allows you to integrate with other services that you might be using. So services you might be familiar with, like FreshBooks, Salesforce, MailChimp, Email Center Pro, these kind of services, you can tap into, you can connect your typepad blog with those services that you're using via a FormSpring account.
Right, thanks. And so we just mentioned FreshBooks, which is a system for invoicing and taking money and doing your business online. This is really good for service-oriented businesses that are sending out invoices and collecting payments. They do have a discount code, which is typepad1, all uppercase, followed by the number 1. And this is at freshbooks.com. Really cool company. Really cool company. They're just really nice people, besides having an awesome product. So check their stuff out. And again, this does interface with the FormSpring people as well. Another widget to show off is for folks that are doing the eBay thing. There's an eBay widget called eBay to Go that allows you to add your eBay store to your typepad blog, any website really. So you could either be featuring a particular item, a particular search result, your store as an eBay seller. But I wanted to be sure I showed this off because I know there's a lot of folks that still do the eBay thing. And it's at togo.ebay.com.